Hey everybody, and welcome back to ContinueQuest. I'm Paul.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Jen.
And Paul still being dumb.
Being real dumb, dude.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. He's
missing
just
like every sign.
He's excited, that's all. He's very passionate about his politics.
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 Yeah. There it
I
is.
sighed.
I'll do it.
Hana!
See, I think we're going to pull this back around.
You think so?
Yeah.
We'll see. Paul pulled me into a hug. Nick and Josh balked, and I flushed. Oh, right. Sorry. Professional distance. Paul pulled away. I took 3 steps back from him. Nice addition, by the way.
Then I'll get going.
Well, we'll have it this Friday. That gives me all next week to work on my speech.
Or prepare for the tournament, right?
Oh, man. That's the day after, isn't it?
Mamma mia. dot.
Don't worry. I got this. I've totally got this. I closed the door with a sigh. Suffice to say, that was not at all how I expected the situation to go. But then, when it came to continue, it never was. I told Mai about the plan that evening, my head bobbing from side to side.
I don't know how I'm going to tell everyone, though. Isn't that a weird thing to do? I don't want them to feel like pieces of meat.
The more I thought about the date auction, the more I realized it could be harmless, maybe even fun. But I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to get around the knee-jerk reactions of a charity auction. It was squicky.
Squeaky?
Squiggy. Mai looked up at me from where she was hanging half off of my bed.
I mean, it is for charity, isn't it?
I nodded.
Bingo.
Then trust me, there's nothing rich people love more than charity.
I don't know.
Don't worry, I got this.
Everyone's got this. She stood up and moved to the door.
What are you doing?
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Mai, wait.
Mai stuck her head out of our doorway.
Hey, who want to date the boys for charity?
Voice
There
changes.
was a brief silence. Then...
I think Mimi's you.
Oh, yeah. What? Dating boys?
Affirmative, this is a standard high school experience. I am eager to participate.
Mai held up her hands to the clamoring masses, and they went quiet. I imagined them staring up at Mai like she was some kind of savior, like little chipmunks.
Paul, our current president, is holding a date auction.
She winked.
If you ever wanted a chance for your boyfriend to prove his love for you, or maybe that guy you've been ogling in gym to casually reciprocate, yes, I'm looking at you, Naomi, then you all should participate. It's only going to make our academy stronger in the meantime.
There was a murmur of assent, and Mai smiled.
Bye.
Great, I'll see you all on Friday. Spread the word.
Mai shut the door and jumped back onto my bed, a smug smirk on her face.
What?
Oh, you...
Not everything is as big a deal as you think it is, Hana. Just talk to people and throw ideas out there. Something will stick. People are more forgiving than you think they are.
It was easy for Mai to say. Mai was always brash, loud, semi-obnoxious, even if that was what I loved about her. It was easier for her to be outlandish than for me. People would think it was saying something about me, like I snapped. Mai picked up my stiffened rabbit. Stiffened. Ew.
Stiffened.
Sick.
What the fuck, Paul?
Ew, fucking sick, dude. Slicking all over her fucking rabbit. Nasty, girl. You nasty. Mai picked up my stuffed rabbit and stared at it, tweaking her nose from side to side as if sniffing.
Ew, this
thing
stinks. Like
Gross,
a snake dog.
You've been chilling off all over this thing.
That sounds terrible.
But then I didn't really know all that much about her, did I?
Wash it, please.
Mai.
These once a week, Hannah.
Mai, do you have a dream?
What?
What?
I know you're going to school here because your parents basically made you, but you have a passion, right? Other than Jared, I mean.
Well, I guess I do.
What is it? Volleyball? Public speaking? Acting? Modeling?
Whoa. You're giving me way too much credit. Well, if I had the chance, I'd want to do two things. The first is start a heavy rock band called the Partymise, where I play a badass red electric guitar, or maybe a bass, and swing my hair all over the stage like a total beast.
I nodded.
I see it.
The other thing is, well, I don't know if I ever could really do it, but I always thought it'd be fun to be a writer.
Total beast.
Oh, yeah? That explains why you were so excited about the letter to the editor.
Seriously.
Why don't you try applying for the school newspaper? If Continue can have a column, certainly you could do it.
Damn.
Fucking dig right there, dude.
Burn.
What? Me? Oh, no, not me. No. No. I'm not good enough yet. There's no way I could ever do that. I'll keep practicing, and someday when I actually have something to offer, I'll think about it.
But
No.
No! Oh, no.
She whirled on me, a finger raised like she was talked to a dog. Uh-oh, we found an error. I whimpered.
Shouldn't you be practicing for the tournament or something?
I sighed and stood, my knees cracking a bit.
yeah, I should.
Really?
Were those your legs? My God, Hana, you're like an old woman.
An old man.
Old man, I chuckled softly and
Damn.
shoot her off my bed. It was time for me to practice. But as I pulled out my phone, I remembered something Mai did for me a few months ago, back at the start of the year.
You should accept.
Mai believed in me and my abilities, even when I didn't believe in myself. Wasn't there some way I could return the favor? Talk to Paul. The weekend finally came. I woke with the fear of God in me and dressed rapidly. I was one of the people managing the event, after all, and it wouldn't do to show up after the girls who were actually participating. The hallway was already filled with the sounds of girls getting ready in the morning. Smells of straightened hair, fruity perfume, and floral shampoo drifted aimlessly down the corridor. Why on earth were these girls excited about being bet on? Sure, it was a very rare case of dating that was 100% condoned by Asagao Academy, but then there was the idea that they could go on stage and nobody would bid on them. No, I wouldn't do it in 1,000 years, not even if someone offered to pay me. Hana. Please, Hana, I'll pay you. I'll do anything. ...
I
should have known. I should have seen this coming. There was no way Paul would let this opportunity slip by. No way he wasn't going to make his campaign manager show her support by participating in the actual event.
Over my limp and dead body.
Come on, what are you afraid of? You're a gorgeous girl. Any guy would be lucky to have you. I shot a glare at him, and he changed tacks. We need someone to go first, to let the others know how it's done and to put the girls at ease. There's no one else I could trust with this responsibility. Had to burp, sorry.
Paul.
Right?
I was gonna bet big.
Mm-hmm. He turned to Nick and Josh, arms outstretched.
Or continue bidding war, drive up the price.
Ooh, maybe. I'm right, aren't I? This is a great idea, isn't it? Nick blushed furiously.
I mean, it isn't a bad idea.
Nick and I are going to have a bet off, I bet.
Yep.
I sighed a heavy sigh. I heaved a heavy sigh.
And how is this supposed to help your campaign exactly?
Publicity, of course. I massaged my temples. There was no way he would let me out of it. In fact, I could see him literally smacking me over the head and throwing me on the stage before I could see him letting me get away with this. Also,
Fine.
being real pimpy about this.
Fine,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Bully, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Real weird, like
Lady
jerko
bully.
pimp.
Yeah.
He grabbed my hands, pulling them into his chest in that odd, familiar way of his. Really? Hana, you angel of angels.
If you don't win the campaign after this, I will haunt you to your grave.
Doesn't that just mean you'd follow me around for the rest of your life? I'm more than up for that.
Ooh, outsmarted him.
Yeah.
Damn.
I sighed and made my way behind the platform booth. It was a slightly chilly day. The sun wasn't out and I expected that to thin the crowds, but my expectations were incorrect. A fair chunk of boys and a handful of incredibly excited girls soon filled the seats, and when 11 o'clock finally hit, Paul took the stage.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you from the depths of my heart for attending the first annual Asagao Date Auction, or as it will henceforth be known as, ADA.
Ada.
There was a small smattering of applause. Evidently, the crowd just wanted him off the stage. As you know, this is a fundraiser for the school, so we have a few rules to follow. First, keep it civil. Second, please raise your hand when you're ready to bid. Third, the participant has the right to refuse your company without explanation, so don't go acting like you're genuinely buying people. This is a volunteer thing, for fun. Do you understand me? A slow grumble floated through the crowd.
We wanted to buy women, huh?
Do you understand me? A random assortment of affirmations skidded across the crowd.
Yeah, Paul's right.
I wasn't sure that truly counted, but Paul seemed satisfied. All right. Well, all right then. Would our first lady of the evening please take the stage? My heart leaped into my throat. What would my father do if he could see me now? I pulled back the flimsy curtain and stepped onto the stage, trying with all my heart to maintain my dignity. Paul motioned at me with his hands, indicating that I should walk around the stage and twirl or something.
Damn, Paul.
I slowly traced the outline of the stage and performed a few begrudging spins, while Paul read a little bio he had obviously prepared the night before. Hana Mizuno, 16, is currently my campaign manager and a potential Normal Boots Club member. She has a big heart and an even bigger mouth when she finds the courage to use it. Friends adore her. Hobbies include reading, drawing, and somehow winding up in all sorts of unexpected circumstances. Winner gets to take her out to a standard dinner.
Standard dinner.
You're paying, though. She's a classy cat. I shot him a glare, and he chuckled. We'll start the bidding at 1,000 yen.
1,000 Ys?
1,000 Ys. Now come the
Is
moment...
that a lot of monies?
What? No, it's not that much, I don't think.
I don't know.
It's like
what.
10 to 1 over there or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, no way. That'd still be $100.
$100.
No, I feel like it's like...
Dude, $100 to like 16-year-olds is like $1,000.
I think it's like $10 is my
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Not positive.
Let's just pretend it's made up currency and that's a lot of money.
Okay.
Alright.
Call
How
them
do these
Yeezys.
kids have that much money?
Yeah,
1,000
Yeezys. Oh,
Yeezys.
my God.
Oh God, you're gonna start something.
Now
Dude.
came the moment I was most terrified of, the opportunity for utter humiliation. I stood in the center of the stage, hands clasped, eyes towards the floor. That's a tough one. All right, 1,000 Yeezys. Do we have 1,500 Yeezys? Do I see 1,500 Yeezys? 1,500 Yeezys. Wonderful. I glanced up in shock. Absolutely no idea who would care enough to bid on me. And found Josh with an arm. Yeah, we know how to do it.
bidding
Continue.
Can you raise that price?
And found
Raise
Josh
that price.
with an arm raised, glaring across the seats at another man with his arm raised. Nicholas!
Yeah.
And we have 2,000 Yeezys. Do we have 4,000 Yeezys? Sorry, that was
That's
Josh.
okay.
Oh, wow. 4,000 Yeezys.
5,000.
6,000.
What at first I assumed to be a pity bid soon turned into an all-out battle. The numbers rose and rose until the audience itself was gasping with each new offering. Nick pulled out his wallet and started counting the coins in it, while Josh started asking the people around him to borrow some cash.
10 Yeezys more.
Well, I've got 55 Yeezys.
Wait. I found 80 Yeezys.
After several more minutes of counting spare Yeezy coins, the tension somehow never
save.
dying, Paul sleamed there.
Sleamed.
Fuck that one up.
Sleamed?
Paul sleamed his
Sleamed
babble.
his
His
givel
givel on the
podium.
podium. They're a little Swedish. Look, you both win. You can both take her on a date, okay? Just let us live out the rest of our lives.
But that's not fair. You didn't do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You weren't ready.
But that's not
But that's not fair.
You guys tried 3 times. All right. Too bad,
That's
my
not
auction.
fair, Paul. 3's not enough.
Too bad, my auction.
Damn.
He pounded the gavel again,
The evil.
then gave me a thumbs up. It was my cue to leave, and I sprinted behind the platform with immense relief. Several girls congratulated me as I dashed through, patting me on the back. Others glared at me. If they had poison, I would have been dead by the end of the day.
No.
I crept around the back of the audience and took a seat myself, watching the rest of the auction unfold. Mimi Santos sold for 4,000 Yeezys,
Sold.
Oh my God.
getting taken to the beach by a much younger boy. She seemed satisfied.
All right.
Kakusu, on the other hand, was bid on by a few people, including one particularly enthusiastic
Whoa.
girl, but eventually bought herself out of the auction. Good then. Finally, it was time for the last bid of the day. The audience was restless. Most of them had already gotten their dates, and the sudden return of the sun on a Saturday afternoon was making them antsy. Paul held up a hand. I know you're all prepared to leave, but have I got a treat for you. Our final girl is an eccentric, an artist, a genius. Truly, there is nobody with such a caring heart, nobody with the spunk, nobody with the vocal cords quite like her. She's a beast.
Oh,
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, I present to you my Sasaki. I spit the drink I'd been sipping onto the empty chair in front of me. Whoa!
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 world.
Mai swept onto the stage in nothing but her swimsuit. Loud gasps echoed across the audience.
Oh, that kind of hurt.
I'll be right back. We're back.
Gasp.
Let's start at 5,000
Let's start at
Yeezys.
5,000 Yeezys. What do you say?
She winked at the crowd.
I hope you girls put up a fight this time too.
As I watched in bewilderment, the numbers racked higher and higher. Paul could hardly keep up with the bids that came flooding in, mostly from red-cheeked girls. I had no idea Maya was so popular as a date, but something told me these people had never spoken to her. Maya was an acquired taste, after all. And 2,200 Yeezys going
But
once.
22,000.
That was dollars.
22,000 Yeezys going once, going twice. Paul slammed his gavel, then beamed, and we're done. Thank you all so much for your joyous participation, and enjoy your dates. As the crowd dispersed, I made my way backstage to find Maya and Paul. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed Nick and Josh skulking off together and decided to pop by them first.
Can't have the best date with her because I'm gonna.
Hey.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Splash screen. Damn.
No, I'm going to have the best date with her. You don't.
They didn't even notice me behind them, too invested in their own stupid argument.
Guys, come on.
Sparks were practically shooting from their eyes.
Hey.
Whoa! Hey, Hana. I didn't notice you there.
Looks like we're going on a triple date. Yeah, I guess we are. Thank you. For betting on me.
I bowed quickly.
So, Hana.
See you later.
Sorry, I have to go find Mai.
Damn, shot Dan. I waved and dashed off before they could say anything else.
Cold shoulder.
I found Mai backstage, cackling madly with Paul.
You never told me you were going to enter, and with your swimsuit on, too.
It must have been cold.
You didn't ask.
Are you going to be okay with it?
Yeah, definitely, because I'm not even going.
What?
I was hoping Jared would be out there. If it's not Jared, then no dice.
I stared at her in utter shock. She winked.
My mom's not a businesswoman for nothing. By the way, did you like your bio?
That was... You were in on that?
Oh, Hana, we talked about this. I want you to expand your horizons to fly like ever so many blue-winged birds into the deepening sunset. This seemed like a great way we do that.
Your date will be next Thursday, the night before the election. Hopefully everything goes smoothly.
I can't believe I'm going on a date with Nick and Josh.
Well... Oops. Only if you want to. Paul shrugged, waiting for my answer.
I guess it will be fun. Or, at the very least, interesting.
Then you're going. There you go. His tone was flat,
Oh, you
and I
nailed
looked
that.
at him in concern. He shrugged again. I gotta go clean up. I got some cleanup to do, and you already helped enough. Just head back inside.
Go away.
I glanced at Maya, wondering whether she also noticed Paul's weird vibe, but she simply smiled at me.
Let's go back in. I've got this new show I want you to see about this enchanted duck.
I'm in.
I glanced over my shoulder at Paul while we left, but all he was doing was staring at the microphone cords on the ground, completely immobile. Well, Nick and Josh would take care of him. Definitely. The next week passed by slowly, grumpily. As the day of the election drew nearer, Paul got more and more irritable. He spent hours drafting a speech and then trying it out on us, changing huge portions of it when he didn't get the reactions he anticipated. Nick and Josh, on the other hand, grew increasingly restless as Thursday neared. Our date, after all, was set for Thursday.
So, you're ready for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. Thanks again for spending on me, I guess. I was worried nobody would. What? Why on earth would you worry about that? You're a precious person, so what? I don't think Josh has ever used the word precious.
He might have. Josh turned red. Well, he turned red saying it, and Nick took over.
Because he's never
Well-
said it before.
Oh, we'll pick you up this evening, right?
I nodded. On the other side of the room, Paul sighed loudly, an obvious cue that we should stop talking.
I can see you're very busy, so I'm going to head out early.
Nick and Josh waved to me, but Paul leaped to his feet. You're leaving?
Is that okay?
Well, He glanced aimlessly around the room. Eventually, his eyes fell on a piece of chalk, and he pointed to it with the utmost intensity. You need to help me brainstorm.
What?
Brainstorm? Brainstorm for what? Brainstorm what?
Audience motivating gestures.
Ah. Huh.
Paul snapped his fingers into finger guns and clicked his teeth. See? I'm hopeless without you.
It looks to me like you've got gestures handled.
But
Peace, bitch.
I stepped into the hallway, closing the door
Pushed
behind
her
me.
away one too many times.
And headed for my dorm.
Dot.
It wasn't that I didn't want to spend time with Paul. It was just that after everything that happened, I wasn't sure I would be able to handle it. I had to put my feelings and my emotional health first.
True.
When the knock came at my door, I was dressed and ready. I glanced at Mai, who nodded solemnly and gave me a thumbs up. It was time.
Hey.
Hey, guys. Ready to rock?
You look great.
I giggled and did a quick twirl.
Thanks.
We set off across the campus, heading for the Higa Banana Mall.
At the Higa.
Higa Banana. It was weird. The last time I went to Higa Banana Mall, I believed I was on my, quote, parentheses, second first date. My real first date. This time, I actually was on my first date. In fact, this probably constituted more of a first date than either of the others. The difference was that this time, I was the one void of romantic intent. I was nervous, especially with my suspicion that Josh and Nick had feelings for me that I didn't reciprocate. Part of me even felt that they knew I didn't have any feelings for them.
Damn.
In that way, this date was more like a conciliatory offering, a parting gift, an expression of regret on my part.
Damn.
Dude, you're getting shot down.
Holy shit,
Toe her
man.
Mhm.
They didn't know that I was hung up on Paul. At least, I hope they didn't. That would make things awkward for them. No, the best thing I could do was try to relax and have fun.
Hana, you okay?
I snapped out of my reverie. Josh and Nick were looking at me in that way that only meant I had a decision to make.
What's up? Do you want Thai or Mexican?
Question that Josh would ask.
Damn.
I think I want Mexican.
Yeah?
Always.
Okay.
I love Thai food.
I was going to say you should let them pick, but great
No,
choice.
It would just end in
Great
a fight.
choice. Yeah, it would end up in a fight because they'd be like, no, because I want Thai.
You're
and I want
right.
Mexican.
You're right.
Yep.
Josh stuck his tongue out at Nick, then led us inside a colorful restaurant. The interior was set up like a Spanish mesa. The waitress got our drink orders and was about to leave when Nick tapped her elbow.
May we please get some candles?
She raised an eyebrow but nodded. The customer was always right. Josh shot Nick a glare, then cleared his throat.
So, Hana, please tell me more about your interests.
He leaned forward, placing his elbows on the table. Seeing this, Nick mimicked him.
My interests?
Yes, your interests are so fascinating. I would love to hear you talk about them.
Well, I've been busy with the election and the tournament, so I haven't really had time.
The tournament?
Nick and Josh traded guilty looks.
Don't tell me you haven't been practicing. We share a dorm room with Paul, so of course things are a bit hectic right now. Paul's 1/3 of our team. Anyway, there's not much hope for us as long as he's worked up.
You got it.
Might be.
You got it.
Does he always get this bad?
Nick huffed.
It's been a bit weird, I think. He's usually very cool under pressure, but this year, he's been all over the place.
He has more riding on it this time.
That's true, but Paul's always the optimist out of the three of us. When something real bad happens, he's always got a game plan. Recently, he's been acting like his actual life is on the line.
The waitress came back with our drinks. I sipped my pink lemonade happily and ordered my meal.
We would like an appetizer too, if you don't mind.
And a dessert menu, if you would.
Guys, I'm not sure I'll be able to eat all that. I mean, you can order it for yourself, but...
Nonsense. Don't worry about decorum. I won't judge you for eating a ton.
Nick flashed me a thumbs up as Josh ordered 2 separate appetizers and a full cheesecake for dessert. I quailed in my seat. I had never been pampered like this, if pampered was even the right word. My father and I rarely went out to eat, and when we did, it was to celebrate some accomplishment. Straight A's in my report card, a birthday, a big sale that came through the shop. I couldn't help but feel guilty spending this much money on food, and it was someone else's money to boot.
Man, we got stacks on stacks. Don't
Yeah,
worry
dog.
about it. What are you talking about? What are you thinking about?
I jumped, shaking from my reverie. I almost
Good
forgot they were there, but they again gazed at me as if I had all the answers to the world's problems.
My dad?
Oh.
Tell us more about this. Dad. His name is Takao, and I miss him a lot. He's an artist. He makes pottery for a living. A sculptor.
Sculptor.
Would we have seen any of his work?
No, they're local things. I think back when my mom was around, an artist did some sketches of her arrangements. I was told she was really gifted with flowers.
Nick nodded.
That explains how you came to be.
How I... What?
The waitress set down 2 plates of smorgasbord, and Josh spread his hands like a magi.
Eat whatever you like, my dear. Thanks, but I'd rather just wait for my meal.
Nick shook his head.
So modest. So humble.
Increasingly uncomfortable, I was relieved when my food arrived and Nick and Josh's odd questions and commentary were put to a stop. All of us were starving, especially since we skipped our regularly scheduled academy dinner.
Academy dinner.
The food was pretty good, and I managed to eat about half my plate so I could save the rest for a snack or a dinner I missed. When the waitress came to take the plates, she sat down a rather large complete cheesecake. At this point, even Nick and Josh realized the error of their ways. She slid the check between Nick and Josh and went on her way. Josh grabbed it and dragged it toward him.
Of course, I will pay for everything tonight.
No. I will pay. The lady deserves only the best, after all.
He pulled the check towards him.
But I've already claimed it.
Back to Josh. And then Nick. And back again. I sipped the last of my drink as the check turned into a blur between them. Eventually, they agreed to split the bill and then had a lengthy argument about proper tips.
You see...
Josh scrawled a large 5 and then 3 even larger zeros after it. Oh, wait, it's Yeezys, that's right.
I like to treat service workers well because I treat even the people who are not close to me like they are valuable human beings.
Nick followed suit with the same number.
I don't like to brag about how much I tip. I like my actions to speak for themselves. Yo, I always tip a lot.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude, you got him.
Dude, it's because when you wait tables, you know.
Wait tables, man, you know what's up.
You know the hustle.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, even when it's bad, what's like your bad server tip?
I always just tip 20%.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty much.
And I'll go over for a good one.
If it's like real bad, I'll just be like 15%.
Yeah,
right?
maybe. Yeah, I'll be like, I'll do the bare minimum here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just do the least so they don't think I'm a scumbag.
Have you ever not tipped someone? I don't think
Nope.
we have.
I don't think I ever have.
I don't think we have.
I got stiffed a whole bunch when I was a waiter.
Oh, I believe it.
Right?
Yeah.
All time.
Ugh.
Dude, I can deal with I can deal with like no money, but like sometimes like on a Sunday morning I get like a Jesus pamphlet instead of a tip,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah.
What? How am I supposed to tide this?
I'm not going to be able to eat while I read this and stay alive to believe it.
Because I won't have any money
You
to
jerk.
feed myself.
Exactly.
Thanks.
It was the most taxing hour I ever experienced. When we finally came back to campus, they both clamored to walk me to my room. Both of you.
Let me.
I'll do it.
There, that's better.
No.
That's better.
No. That's not necessary. Thank you.
But you're a lady, and a gentleman should.
That's quite all right. I need to go get something, so please go on without me. But I insist. You guys aren't listening to me.
With that one statement of fact, both boys snapped straight.
Right.
That was good.
Thank you so much for joining us on this date, Hana.
Yes, I truly appreciate it.
But I appreciate it the most. Just go.
Let's go.
The two jumped and, seeing the look on my face, set off down the hallway at twice the usual speed. I like Hana's angry voice. I sighed. I liked them both, really, I did, but there was no way I could handle the two of them together, alone, without Paul's help. The wind rustled through the leaves around me, almost sounding like a person walking by. I sighed again, even now I thought of him. I stumbled toward Poppy in the ever-deepening darkness, tired thoughts floating before me like petals. Why did Nick and Josh both like me? Why? I hadn't done anything special for either of them, at least not enough to deserve such intense feelings. It made me uneasy, especially since they couldn't tell what I wasn't interested. But that was no reason not to spend time with them as friends, as long as it wasn't awkward and they understood that I didn't reciprocate. These were the thoughts racing through my mind when I heard something clatter on the ground behind me and I whirled around.
Don't you dare come anywhere near me. I will knock you 3 ways to China. Oh, Caddy, it's just you.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
No!
Aww.
You'll have to wait 1 week to hear Caddy's voice.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
no.
Bye.
No.